Well, hi everybody, Bill here. Hey, you've heard the saying, go big or go home. Well, in today's video, I'm going to explain to you why I'm going to go big in the future. Join me right now for Today in Iowa. Well, hi everybody, Bill here again. Thanks so much for joining me and taking part of your day to watch my video. I sure appreciate it. In 2018, this wood chipper was $1,400. And I've heard a lot of people call it a knockoff of the Wallenstein B42 brand. You know, it comes with all the stickers. And if you look real closely, you can look at the serial number and you'll find out it wasn't manufactured by Wallenstein. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you how you take it apart, if it's either jammed or if you just want to clean it up when you're done using it. This implement weighs about 400 pounds. Note the blades are installed about 90 degrees to each other, and they are reversible. You can take those off and then reverse it. So you get a lot of life out of these if you don't hit something like a steel or nail or something like that. Real heavy flywheel there. I forget the weight of it. If I look at the design on this, it's probably made to break some branches or a finger or body part. This is a dangerous machine. You sure want to take all the safety precautions that you can. You'll see me using too. It has grease zerks, it has a shear pin, and it connects real easy to the tractor. Let me show you how easy that is. So sitting on the seat of the tractor to your left is the PTO control lever. So I choose one of the selections that will not use the rear PTO shaft. In this case, I move the lever to the belly mower. And then that allows me to turn that shaft by hand, easily align the male and female connection points there, and hook it right up. All right, so next I'm going to grease everything, double check all my connections. Oh, here's a look down the hopper. So notice how that blade comes by there. Kind of reminds me of a chef's mandolin, how the way it's going to chip that wood as you feed it in there. Now keep in mind, this is a gravity feed and it's not a hydraulic feed, and that's a real big deal killer for me, and that's why I sold this shortly after making this video. More on that in a little bit. Ready? I wanted to include the startup sequence for an off-seat start. So if you're off the seat, simply start it. I raise it up to a normal idle speed, push the button to engage the PTO, then slowly raise the throttle up to 540 RPM. Note I've got safety equipment on, hearing protection, face protection, and hands. So let's go ahead and get started on some smaller brush here that I want to get rid of. Now, did you notice how I have to kind of push it in there so that blade will grab it, and then it'll start pulling it in. But when you get to the real fine stuff, it just doesn't want to pull it in at all. So what I've learned is to throw a larger piece of wood behind it, and then it'll usually run that through with it. See how it got a hold of that tree there, that tree branch? That was about the size of a ball bat, and that seems to be a real nice size for this chipper. These smaller ones, oh, this is about the size of a broom handle. So it goes right through. Once it seems to get a good pull on it, it goes pretty well. And this is the end result, is these chips. So after having this 5 years, I'm having to ask myself, why do I have this thing? I can go down the road with my dump trailer and bring home 5 cubic yards of wood chips for 40 or 50 bucks. Now I'll go ahead and post another link. I think it's video 91 or 92 down below in the description of where I went over to a buddy's house, chewed up a lot of branches for him. We blew the chips underneath the tree. And it was a nice way to clean this property up. Oh, here's another issue. See, I've got my back to the machine. My wife's going to holler at me here. Hey, dummy, it's plugged up. You know, if it's wet or green wood, it will plug that chute up fairly quick. So like in the beginning, you pop that top off, clean it all out, and you're off and running again. As I was saying before, I just don't find the efficiencies anymore of owning this. Now, remember, this is just my situation. You may be in a good situation to use this, and I hope you do. But I want to just raise your awareness to be sure and get one with a hydraulic feed, this gravity feed. It sucks. I just don't like this at all. You'll push stuff in there to get a hold of it. It'll pull it through your arms and shred your arms up. I'd really like, I think, that hydraulic system where it would feed it evenly and consistently. So consider that if you go shopping. Hey, take a look at this Christmas tree. We've got pet goats, and they love to eat Christmas trees. Yeah, there they are watching. They like to eat all the needles. Then they take the bark off of it, and that's what's left with it. I won't fit in there. But when I was in the buildings of log homes, I would save those, cut all those little branches off, and use them for handrails. So it worked out pretty good. Note that I'm on the inside of the fence, and they're on the outside looking in. I went online before I made this video and took a look at current prices for these wood chippers. They range anywhere from $1,700 to $6,000. A good middle number, I see some $3,600 ones. The Wallenstein 5-inch ones, they're $6,000. They have a nice hydraulic feed on them, but I just can't justify that. So the takeaway from this video is if you're going shopping, look for a hydraulic feed. Save your money until you can afford one. I really recommend you go past these gravity feed chippers. Now let's show you which way I'm going to go in the future. Well, I had a longtime friend, Terry, come down. He's been in the tree business a very long time. I've got a 40 or 50 foot tree there to take down. It's too close to the house for me to just tip it over, so I hired him to take it down piece by piece. The next video is going to be about this. I think you'll get a kick out of watching the process of how he dismantles this tree. But here's the takeaway. When I saw this, and you've seen them around town, I checked on the rental price of these machines. Heck, for $400, you can have it for 8 hours. And that's 8 hours on the hour meter, not our clock. So if you bring this out for a summer day, keep it for 12 hours or then the next day, boy, you're going to chew up a lot of timber. And look at how you can rake up all those small items that my little chipper would not have been able to chew up and get rid of for me. So this is perfect. So going forward, I'm going to save everything up in little piles around my property. And then once every, 2 or 3 years, I'll go with the grapple, pull it to a central location, bring that big chipper in for $400, chew it all up, and it's all behind me. No maintenance. No chipper maintenance. It's the way to go for me. Well, I wanted to close out this video with Terry taking the last few pieces of that tree down. Now you're wondering how I got rid of all these. I used the 2038 and the forks and was able to pick everything up and move it out to the timber where we cut it up and then hauled it out. I didn't take time to put rear weight on there, the backhoe or the ballast box I have. The tires are filled with beet juice, and I'm really glad they were. The ground is sloping right there at the stump and gave me the willies, so I asked everybody to just jump on and see if we can just get past this little crown in the ground, and we did. We put it over in the timber and safely, and it worked out very well. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how I rented a stump grinder, used the backhoe to dig around the roots, and get this back to normal lawn. Well, that's going to wrap up another video. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. We just went past 10,000 views. Thanks to everyone. Have a great month, everybody. I'll talk to you real soon. So long.